Today, I'm going to show you a professional ear candy trick the pros use. And this is honestly one of the most important tricks that I've ever taught on this channel because it truly is how professional producers show their sound. And as always, I personally guarantee that if you watch this entire video from beginning to end without missing any pieces of information shared in this video, that your songs will come out sounding at least 20% better. Today's lesson is about how to transition from one section of your song to the next section of your song in the cleanest, most easy on the ear possible way, using some bits of ear candy and other techniques that I'm going to show you in this video. So I know I mentioned that transitions are one of the most important ways for professional producers to show their sound, and that is because it truly is. And the reason for this is because it is how you make your song breathe. Good transitions tie your song together so that your song can breathe and come alive, and without good transitions, your song won't be able to breathe and it'll just sound pretty dead. And not only that, but transitions also help with tension and release. So now, let's get on to the good stuff. In this video, I'm going to build for you my two all-time favorite transitions to build. And one of them is the transition from the verse into the bridge, and the other transition is the transition out of the drop. And the reason I like these transitions so much is because it's the part of the song that goes from high energy to low energy and begins the next build-up. Alright guys, so here's the first transition we're going to work with. Alright guys, so now this is the transition without all of the effects, and I want you to notice how it's dull and dry and the sections just kind of fall into each other. So it's very dull and there's no liveliness. So what we need to do is we got to add some ear candy to spice it up. When I'm building transitions, what I like to do is I like to weigh out my options of things that we can add to this transition to make it come alive. One of those things is a drum fill. And then what I like to do is I like to enhance those drum fills with like a riser or a cymbal sweep. In this case, I'm going to use a cymbal sweep to help enhance that little drum fill, and then we'll add some other stuff too. This drum fill I'm going to use is a drum fill that I found on Splice. Unfortunately, I resampled it, so I can't tell you exactly what drum fill it is, but I will say Splice has 9 bajillion drum fills that you can go on Splice and find right now. And this drum fill sounds like this. So in this transition, so we need one more thing to enhance this drum fill, and that's going to be this little cymbal transition here. And this cymbal transition I found on Splice, and it's called BEFSBE underscore cymbal underscore transition. So you could see now that the transition and the drum fill work together and really bring this alive. And then what I did is I added 2 more little pieces of Foley, which are really ear candy-y. They sound like this. And this one has some echo on it. It sounds like it's just like water swooshing. That's how I made this transition come to life, with 4 samples including Foley, cymbal transition, and a drum fill. So this transition actually starts halfway through the second half of this drop. So what I did is I actually dropped the drums and made them go away for the second half here, and then we used some effects to enhance the transition. So this is what the first part of the transition sounds like. So you can hear I left all the instruments and I just got rid of the drums, and I enhanced that with that same cymbal transition from the transition earlier, and then we go drumless until we get to the break. So this is my favorite part of the song because of this little thing right here. And all this is an impact, and it's really cool when you put this after the drop because it's kind of like a nice exhale sound. And what this sounds like without any effects on it is this. So it's just like a reverb impact, and then what I did is I put an EQ on it that took away all of the high frequency, so it's just sub bass. So it's like a little subtle boom effect, and then I put S1 Imager on it to make it really super wide. So now it's like a big, wide, kind of mysterious little sound, and I just thought it was a really cool thing that you can use in this section of your song. So that boom kind of starts the next half of the song. If you would like to learn more about arrangement, melodies, chords, and transitions, come join me in my EDM bootcamp so we can help skyrocket your skills together. And I left a link for the EDM bootcamp at the top of my description. I'll see you guys in the next video.